What's going on, guys? Hope you're having a good day. As always, my name is Michael and thank you for joining today. Guys, I want to talk about something that just flat out sucks. It sucks for everyone, it sucks for you, it sucks for me, and most specifically, it sucks for my girlfriend who has had to deal with this twice in the past month and a half, and that is debit card fraud. Actually, in this case, it's credit card fraud specifically, but either way, it freaking sucks, and I want to talk today about some of the steps that you can take to kind of make sure that you don't have to deal with it in the future, or at least kind of limit how many times you have to deal with it, because guys, fraud is rampant, it is everywhere. Like I said, guys, I've worked at a credit union for over 8 years, and I am not exaggerating when I say that I think I've probably dealt with or had to file thousands of credit card fraud disputes, and it's not fun, and that's what I want to talk about today. Now, before we get started, I want to say this. I am really close to getting to 1,000 subscribers for my channel. I'm really pumped about it, guys. To everyone who has subscribed so far, all 944 of you, thank you so freaking much. Honestly, thank you. I started this about a year ago. My growth was really slow in the beginning, and it's kind of picked up here recently. So thank you so much, guys. And I want to find out from you guys, what should I do to celebrate? How do you think I should celebrate 1,000 subscribers? I'm open up to most ideas, so let me know. Comment below, email me, tweet anything you want. I'm super excited about this to happen. But thank you so much, guys. But let's get started. All right, so credit card and debit card fraud. Like I said earlier, it just sucks, right? No one enjoys having to deal with it. I hope you guys haven't dealt with it, but I'd be willing to bet the majority of you have at some point. Now, what I'm going to talk about is kind of pretty much two steps that I honestly think can limit the majority of fraud that you have to deal with. And the reason why is because I'm going to address the two areas where I think fraud occurs the most and when card information is stolen the most. So the first one I'm going to talk about is website purchases. You know, a lot of people make purchases from foreign websites that, they've never been there before. It may be kind of a sketchy website, but the price is so good, they decide to roll the dice. Well, after that transaction, what do you know? There's 10 other transactions from 10 other countries, and now you have to dispute those, right? It's frustrating to deal with, and it happens all the time. So what I'm going to talk about is kind of one step that you can take in order to prevent the amount of online fraud that you have to deal with. It's really simple, guys. All you have to do is go online, or actually you may have to do this at your institution or call them, but go online and set up an online checking account with your current bank. Right, so when you log in, you check your account, you'll have your savings account, your checking account, and then you also have your other one. It'll be your online checking account, and I don't want you to put any money in it. Just leave it alone, but have an online checking account and get a debit card for it. Now, what's going to happen is every time you go to make a website purchase, whether it's from a website you just don't trust, or you want to do this for every website transaction, this is going to be up to you. But what you want to do is put whatever you're going to buy into the cart, go check out, find out what the total is going to be, but pay with your online checking debit card, right? So if you buy something and it's $24.50, before you actually pay for it, go to your account, transfer $24.50 to your online checking account and pay with that card. That way, when the transaction clears, your account balance will go down to $0 in your online checking account. And if they actually do steal your card information, well, have fun, guys. There's no money in that account. You can't do anything with it. So that's one of the easiest things that you can do. One thing about that, though, please make sure you do not have overdraft protection on your online account. Right? The whole point of keeping it at zero is that no transaction will go through. Well, if you keep it at zero, but you also have online kind of overdraft protection, well, then your bank is just going to pay for the fraudulent transaction and charge you a fee. So that totally just defeats the purpose. Make sure you do not have overdraft protection. All right, so that's step one. The second thing is, guys, so much fraud happens at gas stations. Believe it or not, it's gas stations, right? They put card skimmers in the pumps, which, if you don't know, a card skimmer is a really tiny kind of card reader that every time you insert your card, it's going to read the information off the magnetic strip in the back. Chip cards kind of came around to hopefully help with this stuff, but whatever, guys, it happens all the time. So what you can do is if you are at a gas station, right, that you feel is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, you've never bought gas here before, whatever. It's just sketchy, right? All you need to know is that it's sketchy, or all you need to feel is that it's sketchy. Just go inside and pay, right? If there ever is going to be a skimmer on these gas pumps, it's going to be out at the gas pumps. It's not going to be inside, right? So all you have to do is just go inside, put whatever it is, $30 on pump number, whatever, and pay that way. You will never have to deal with fraud coming from that scenario again. And some of you guys may be thinking that, why would fraud happen at a gas station? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Guys, I promise you, 100,000% promise you, this happens all the time. So do not be a victim from this stuff. It's extremely frustrating. Like I said, my girlfriend has had to deal with it twice in the past month and a half. Both times we're pretty sure it was due to a gas station, because the purchases that were made local, and they were made at other gas stations, right? You can probably look online if you've ever had to deal with fraud, and you can get a good idea of how they got your card information based off the transactions that were made. If they made purchases online or overseas, more than likely they got your information online. If the purchases were done locally or at other gas stations nearby, more than likely they got your information from a gas pump. So use this to your advantage, guys. Don't fall for debit card fraud. Don't fall for credit card fraud. It just sucks. You have to cancel your card. You have to get a new one mailed out to you. If you have any like reoccurring payments on there, you got to set all those up all over again. So it really, really sucks. The last thing I want to talk about, and I really don't want to end on a down note, but guys, it's important to know, there is also fraud out there that there's nothing that you can do to protect yourself from, and this is also online fraud. The other thing that goes on is these people that deal in the fraud business, they have software where they will go to websites that don't have very great security, and what they'll do is they will try to make purchases for their products through randomly generated card numbers. I mean, they have software that just guesses random card number information millions of times a day, just over and over and over and over, and eventually it will hit one. Right, guys, like I said, I've done thousands of fraud disputes. I've worked with fraud departments. I've asked them, what is going on? How does this stuff happen? And this is what they kind of say. So protect yourself by checking your accounts, right? Even though there's nothing that you can do to kind of prevent yourself from having this type of fraud, short of not having a debit card, which, guys, I don't have a debit card anymore specifically because of this. But even if you do have a debit card, please check your accounts, check your transaction history every single month. Even if you don't use your debit card, if you have one open, guys, it's technically vulnerable, so you need to go in and check the transactions every single month. Make sure you're not paying for any fraud, right? Just because you don't use the card, I don't want, 6 months later you find out that, oh God, there was some fraud, and, too late, now you can't dispute it. So, guys, that's what I want to talk about today. I hope none of you guys have to deal with fraud, but I know it's something that is just, it's going crazy. It's happening more often than not now, and in all honesty, the people that work in the fraud business are always going to develop new and faster ways of kind of accomplishing their stuff faster than the banks can actually find out how to deal with it. So protect yourself, guys. The more you know, the better it is for you. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Have a good day.
Hey guys, thanks again for watching this video. I hope you learned something new from it and you were able to strengthen your financial position. I'm going to keep coming out with more videos, so please stay tuned. But go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, and have a good day.